What's up YouTube, it's TCG here and welcome back to another TCG battle video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the 9th place winning list of the Sheffield Regionals by Caubergh. He actually played Mewtwo and he's a very good friend of mine. He's also a Belgian fella, which I love. So we of course are going to play with Mewtwo and Mew-GX. This is going to be the one with perfection, being able to copy any attacks of our Pokemon GXs in the discard pile or on our bench, which is awesome. So what we see here is some couple of new additions that are added to Henry Brand's list. So we do see here the Charizard-GX, the new promo one, or the one from the Hidden Fate set. Being able to smack 300 damage for 4 energies is very nice. Definitely in the cases where you just go second, you're way behind on energy acceleration. So that means with only 4 energies you can one-shot like ReshiZard and Charizard Tag Team GX, for instance, which is awesome. We have Magcargo, which helps out with the Burning Magma GX against stall decks, but also has the Lava Flow to dish out an infinite amount of damage depending on how many energies we are able to discard. We are going to have Dedenne-GX for the sniping capabilities of the Venom Shot. We have Latios GX, of course, with the Tag Purge. We have Espeon and Deoxys against setup decks because cross division can be very, very dreadful if you can just get this off on your second turn. If you go first and get 6 energies on your Mewtwo and Mew, you can start using this and then putting 20 damage counters everywhere. And then of course the Turbo Strike of the Solgaleo-GX, the promo one, very, very amazing. Some tech cards in here are Wobbuffet, very amazing because it shuts down any Prism Star from attacking and having abilities. So that means Victini Prism Star late game, forget about it. Ditto Evolving, forget about it. All these Prism Stars are now locked, so that is awesome. So that's what we're using against ReshiZard. We also have Marshadow here with the Resetting Hold. This helps out against decks that you want to spam Power Plant. That's also the reason why we're also running 4 Mysterious Treasure this time around, because we're pretty weak against, of course, Power Plant, and it's very searchable with Mysterious Treasure. With this, you can get rid of the Stadium card in play if you decide to discard your Marshadow. That is it. If you want to get rid of weakness, then their Jirachi-GX is here to save the day. And then, of course, for draw support, we have Dedenne. Our main supporter of choice is Welder, 4 copies of that. There's also Palpatron in here, as seen from AbilityZard list as well. And then 1 copy of the Bill's Analysis to just dig for those things like Custom Catcher or the 1 Reset Stamp in the deck. With 4 Pokegear, we'll be able to just get, of course, the supporters that we want. And then we also have things like Acrobite to speed up the deck a little bit further. And the Stadium cards of choice are 3 copies of Giant Heart and 1 Viridian Forest. Viridian Forest is nice to just get that Psychic Energy into play because we'll need it for Venom Shot as well as the Cross Division GX. 2 switch cards will make sure that things like Alolan Raichu cannot dispose our game plan just by paralyzing us, but could also help out if a damaged Mewtwo just go to the bench. You can also use that. 4 Cherish Ball will make sure you can have access to any one of your GXs, and that is the list that we're going to play with today. So Mewtwo Mew, still a top deck in town. In the Sheffield Regionals, we saw that Gardevoir one with Psychic and the ability Fairy Charms, which are very, very disruptive. And we'll see how this list fares against one random opponent in the versus ladder. Mewtwo Mew is one of those more skillful decks. You just definitely have to know which card you're getting in the discard first, which cards you're playing, because you have Welder, but you always have to select the correct attack. So Mewtwo Mew, a little bit more difficult than straightforward like a ReshiZard build, so we'll see how it goes. We're facing off against Pure Fire, so that is probably ReshiZard. ReshiZard is one of those decks that also did well at the Sheffield Regional. I think the 7th place list of Jack is the person I faced at the tournament itself. Played Lugia-GX in this list. We do see it's Pure Fire this time around, so probably gonna see Volcanion and then using that Flare starter onto our ReshiZard. Alright, we won the coin flip. Do we want to go first? We always want to go first because we want to have that first Welder, and we'll see how it turns out. Well, we already got exposed here, although he doesn't know what we're playing, but looking at the sleeves, he already knows. It doesn't matter too much because most of the times you want to start with Mewtwo and Mew, so that's why there's 4 copies of that in this list. The thing that got me a little bit worrisome is that there's only like 4 Welder and 1 Bill's Analysis, so sometimes you don't have any supporter, but Cherish Ball will help out. So we have a Welder, but we also have a Jirachi. The good news here is that we have a treasure, which means we can search for Mewtwo. And Welder will give us 1 attachment of the turn, so at least we can smack 300 on the second turn. We have 1 Custom Catcher in hand, and we have Bill's Analysis. So if we can get that Charizard, that new one, in the discard pile, it should be awesome. So what to do here? We could Welder 1 energy. Nah, I think we're just gonna use Treasure here. And we are actually gonna search here for Mewtwo. The first thing we want to do here, not the negative out, Mewtwo. There's one Mewtwo prized. Okay, we have Venom Shot at our disposal. The first thing we want to do is like Turbo Strike here. We also have this Charizard, which we want to get in the discard pile. Also, one Cherish Ball seems to be prized and one Dedenne. All the welders are in the deck though, so we have this. Next up, we are actually going to be using the welder immediately. So we have, maybe if we draw into an energy, it would be fantastic. So we draw into some more resources. Okay, we draw into another energy, which is fine. We also have Tag Purge, which could help out. If we can get this attack off, we are definitely safe against the ReshiZard. So we can put this in the discard pile already. I think that is not a bad idea here. So we can thin out the deck a little bit further, so let's get rid of this. We want to have a switch card and maybe Viridian Forest. So what we are gonna do here is get, of course, yeah, what do we want at this point? Maybe Venom Shot is nice, or maybe another Mewtwo. Although these kind of decks do rely on power plant, so getting out little Marshadow here will help us out if we happen to just go for a Dedenne here. I think we're kind of good to go. Wobbuffet is pretty useless in this matchup, unfortunately, so we are gonna pass the turn. So welder only for one attachment, so that means we have 2 attachments on Mewtwo. If we can get a welder off in combination with a switch, we could smack 300 damage. Okay, we do see he's going for Heat Factory, so no power plant shenanigans. That means if we get a Cherish Ball from the Bill's analysis, we're definitely gonna have some draw support. So that's cool. Okay, Cherish Ball. We're also gonna see a Charizard. He's gonna use Flare Starter on that Charizard, and that Charizard will be looking very scary if he also puts a welder onto that. So that's 300 damage with the double blaze. He gets 3 energies, of course, with the energy spinner, which is the thing that ReshiZard is now using nowadays. Okay, we do have one custom catcher, so maybe if things go alright. It is very, very crazy. From the Bill's analysis, we need to find something like Switch and a Cherish Ball. And then we switch around, attach on the turn, and see how it goes. But getting a custom catcher will also be fine to just dispose of this ReshiZard. Oh boy. It's not looking too bright here. I would have loved that we have Mewtwo in the active position. That would have helped out so much. But for now, I guess we're just gonna have to take the beating here. He's definitely gonna charge this guy up. Already a welder, and he's gonna use Flare Starter as well. So this Charizard will be loaded up with a lot of energy. So I think we're gonna have to go for like the Turbo Strike and set up one of our Mewtwo's on the bench if we happen to find one. Top decking Fire Energy would also be nice. That way we can use rely on the Heat Factory and hopefully get a welder, which is probably better than just a manual attach. Tag Purge, on the other hand, can help for like one turn, but Double Blaze goes through that effect, which is gets me a little bit worried. Okay, here comes the Flare Starter. Probably gonna see 3 energies onto, yeah, that guy is looking pretty scary. 5 energies already, so next turn he probably has like Welder and Retreat, or maybe he has Green's Exploration and Switch. That means we are in a whole lot of trouble. I don't know how we are gonna pull this off. Okay, we have the Switch already. I do love the fact about that we're gonna already have the Switch. Next up, we're gonna use the Bill's analysis. So Custom Catcher and Cherish Ball. So Cherish Ball is good, and we have a welder here. Not gonna be using that welder, unfortunately. Acrobike could help out, or the Giant Heart. Giant Heart will only help out our opponent. We do need an energy, however. But we're definitely gonna get an energy after we use a Dedenne. So I think getting these is nice. Next up, we get a Dedenne on board, and if we get a Custom Catcher, it would be so fantastic. So let's see here. We have a Cherish Ball for Dedenne, of course. Bam. Next up, we use the Acrobike. Come on, what do we get? We get Psychic Energy. Well, at least we have that. Psychic Energy. Do we give it to this Mewtwo? We want to be setting up another Pokemon here. We want to also get, of course, the... Will he have 2 Custom Catchers and an attach of the turn? Definitely gonna have that. If we switch, we can Tag Purge, but he's gonna go for the GX move. Oh, that is something I don't want to see here at this point. And then there's so many Pokemon cards in play. What to do, what to do. If we can use Tag Purge for the rest of the game, things will be fine. Tag Purge getting a KO. Or maybe we use the Latios so he cannot use his own GX move. I think that is a nice plan of action. So we switch around our Mewtwo. We get an energy over here. And then we use the Dedenne. Unfortunately, Could have also like drawn an extra card with that custom catcher, but does not even matter at this point. We could snipe around some damage. We have the Viridian Forest, which could help out get rid of the Naganadel. Okay, we get... Why not? We already have a Psychic Energy in hand. Okay, let's get rid of this. And let's get Mewtwo on board. So the bad thing about this is that if we use our GX move, Clear Vision GX, we can then finish it off probably with Magcargo. We have one custom catcher in hand, but nothing else to do afterwards, which is a little bit worrisome. What to do in this scenario? We could tag purge, but things are not looking bright here. First things first, let's smack down another Mewtwo. And at this point in the game, Clear Vision followed it up. This guy is causing me a lot of headaches. 200 damage, and then we can like use our GX move, Miraculous Duo G. Now, he cannot do that, it's unfortunate. So we can only use one GX move. GX with Clear Vision followed it up with Attack Purge. I think that's a good strategy. So let's try out Clear Vision. Yeah, I think that is fine. Could have also attacked, but in this scenario it does not look very promising. So even though this guy has 5 energies on it, his maximum damage output is 230 damage. So that means we can, yeah, what can we do at this point? We can tag purge, knock this guy out, and should be fine. He could retreat. He should be getting up some Volcanions at this point. But if he doesn't have a Volcanion in his hand, things will be very rough. With tag purge, we manually attach to this Mewtwo and see how we go from there. If he smacks down Power Plant, we have Marshadow, so I wonder how this match will proceed. I do love the fact there's a lot of energies on the ReshiZard. That's 5. 2 on the discard pile, it's 7. 2 on the Volcanion. Okay. Maybe he has something up its sleeve. The good news is this guy only smacks 110. That gives us some room to work with. He could retreat and go for the ReshiZard immediately. Okay, he goes for the custom catcher. He's gonna go for, yeah, our little Marshadow. And then he's probably gonna smack, yeah, Power Plant. And now we're Power Planted. This is not looking good. Not looking good at all. What to do? What to do? We could promote this. We definitely need Giant Heart or whatever. Dedenne is shut down. We have a Fire Energy in the hand, so if we draw into a Welder of that custom catcher, things will be fine. We just need to have a counter Stadium card. If we don't, we're in a huge amount of trouble. Okay, here comes the Welder. He already used 2 custom catchers, so at least if we can knock this guy out, things will be fine. All these energies are around, so another Volcanion. This could cause trouble. 2 Volcanion. Acrobike as well. Okay, he's getting rid of the Pal Pad, so that must have been something really important. And we are Power Planted, but that means our Mewtwo cannot attack. His ability is completely shut down. We could promote Jirachi and see how we go from there, because he does have another custom catcher. Not that it matters too much. Not that it matters too much. If we don't draw into something good, we're gonna sacrifice our little Jirachi. So we Pelpad, get 2 supporters back in the deck, which is always nice. We attach of the turn, then we custom catch. Hopefully we get a supporter. No, what is this? Okay, this is not helping out. Not helping out at all. So we can attach an energy from the deck to one of our Pokemon. This is kind of heavy. Yeah, let's get it to this Mewtwo for now. This guy already had like 4 energies, and now it all depends on our top deck. So this deck is very fragile against Power Plant, as you see. I wonder how Sen actually got into the top 9. The deck is good, I know that, but against Power Plant decks like this, I don't know. I'm already seeing like a whole lot of trouble. Maybe we should not use Clear Vision. I don't know. Now our Mewtwo is safe. He does have custom catcher, but he still has to knock out a tag team here. Okay, he's gonna go for Flare Strike, get 2 prize cards in the process. We can also knock this guy out with our own strategy. With Magcargo, 1, 2, 3, 4. If we discard 5 energies, he is KO, but then we get rid of all of our energies, which is something I don't want to see. If we got a Dragonite, things will be a little bit better. What to do now? What to do now? We still don't have anything. Still don't have anything. Promoting Dedenne? Promoting Dedenne. We'll see how it goes. Come on! Okay, we get... Hey, this is nice. Pokegear Welder. Actually, the more important part is not using Welder here, but getting the Giant Heart. And getting Giant Heart is better with Bill's analysis. Come on, Bill. We get the Giant Heart and a Welder. So that is actually, now that I think about it, we could Giant Heart and Cherish Ball at the same time. That is fantastic. So we put this here to retreat. Do we still have switches left? Yeah, we still have 1 switch left, but the better thing is just manually retreat. So now we put up the Giant Heart. We manually retreat. And we could use Cherish Ball to get a Dedenne on board, but then he can just... He still needs to take 3 more prize cards, right? Yeah, Dedenne is fine, I guess. Even if he just... He can only target it our Pokemon once, so let's use this. Yeah, we have 2 energies left in the deck. Let's just... Yeah, and 4 Welder, that's crazy. Cherish Ball, and let's get Dedenne on board. Too bad that we cannot use our GX move. So, such a shame. Another Dedenne! Finally, some draw support. We got some good cards up in this place. Another Cherish Ball. We got another Mewtwo. And we have so many Welders to go around. But no energy. So, Energy Recycler definitely has to come at some point. Otherwise, we will be in some trouble. Now, we don't get to get an attack up. We could Turbo Strike, but the best thing is to use Tag Purge here. The Venom Shot could also work. Turbo Strike. He's gonna retreat, or he's just gonna smack damage. Tag Purge it is. We just have to be safe from those nasty Reshirams and Charizards. 5 energies here, 4 energies there, that's 9. Probably only has 2 energies left in the deck. And maybe, yeah, he's healing up damage. He could target down the Dedenne if he wants to. We still have like a Reset Stamp as well in the deck. Being Power Planted hurts so much. How many stadiums does he have? He has 1 Power Plant here, he still probably has another one left. But we also have some Giant Hearts left, so that's good, at least. This Charizard's pretty useless right now. Would have loved to use like that GX move, but our early game was not good at all. I would love to like custom catch this Volcanion, so our threat is gone. We could spam the attack of Latios GX Tag Purge, so the tag teams don't have to worry about them. Yeah, he's just charging up some ReshiZards, which is very strange to me. Should just charge up some Volcanions and just go through the Mewtwo with some Volcanions. 110 and just 3-shot. Okay, he's going after Dedenne. That is the last of his custom catchers. And now he only needs to take 1 more prize card. Although he already used... Yeah, he's going for Outrage and we are stuck. Really now? Why would you go for that? Okay, we have 2 energies left, and there is still a switch left, so... I think it's not even... I like getting this Dedenne in the active position, I don't want to see it too often. What to do? We need to smack damage right now. I'm afraid we're about to deck out at this point if he has so many healing cards. And also don't want to retreat. Energy Recycler is still a thing though. So what I'll be doing right now is, yeah, Welder for 1. Onto Dedenne. We got 3 cards. We got a Stamp, which is nice. So we still have 2 energies left, which is nice. So we retreat. We could Stamp him, but we're gonna wait with that. Also not gonna Acrobike, otherwise things will turn out nasty. And we keep on tag purging, although getting a custom catcher would be fine though. Still have one left. Don't know if it's in the deck though, so don't want to deck out either. Tag purge. Bam. That's the only thing we can do at this point. Keep on tag purging. This guy is gonna get knocked out next turn, so either way, we should be good. We can also snipe that later on, although he could get some healing cards. We only have 7 cards left in the deck, which is very worrisome. And he can no longer catch anymore, so at some point we just get energies on here and just use Magcargo's GX move. Maybe we could do that. We have... yeah, our Mewtwo is safe from attacks. And we need to keep spamming Tag Purge. Oh boy, what to do, what to do. No GX moves in our arsenal. Venom Shot, if he heals 80, we can still one-shot it with Venom Shot. Switch and Welder. He's gonna go with the Volcanion army. Fire Crystals, 1 in the discard. There's a switch. And then Volcanion starts coming at us with the High Heat Blast. Okay, that's 110. It's fine, I guess. Yeah, that's just fine. Here comes Attack Purge. Now we're vulnerable, because if we like use another attack, he could come with something else. Okay, we got the custom catcher. Okay, it was not in the deck. Very scary indeed. 3 energies there. How many energies in play though? 2? That's 5. That's 10 energies. He only has 1 energy left in the deck. He could have 1 prize. Oh no, Fire Crystal. That's sad. He's gonna go with the Army of Volcanions. The Army of Volcanions, which is sad. Welder, bam. We could also retreat and attach, but we only have 2 energies left, which is not good to see. At some point, we could also like Turbo Strike, right? Okay, here's the Energy Recycler, which is awesome. Energy Recycler, shuffle 3 energies back. The 3 I'm going to pick here are... the card is freezing a bit. We already know that in the TCG Online program, the Energy Recycle system goes really slowly. What I really mean really slowly. So we get... I don't even need Psychic anymore, so we got 2 fires, maybe 1 Psychic as well. We already have 1 Psychic in hand, so 3 fires, which we can search out with Giant Heart. Putting those in. And like we can custom catch Tag Purge, and then... nah, we cannot custom catch at this point. We have to wait with our custom catches until we're done. So 3 cards go back in. We could Giant Heart 1 card from the deck, so we can Welder. Ah, this is gonna be so close. So our deck is now filled with 8 cards. We get out 1 card, that's 7, and then we Welder, that's 3. That means we still have 3 more turns left, but we do have the custom catcher, so I see. We have to retreat at this point. There's no other way. No other way. The thing I want to do is like Tag Purge with our bench Mewtwo, get a prize card, then we Turbo Strike and finish the game with something. Who knows? Also, we don't have shuffle support, so everything in our hand sticks in our hand, and you cannot fill up the deck anymore with cards, except for like this 1 little Energy Recycler. 2 cards. He could have like a Fire Crystal and another Welder, which could mean he can knock out our Mewtwo, but he doesn't have any custom catchers anymore, so we have to retreat. Retreat to a fresh Mewtwo. And we could Turbo Strike at that point. And then Tag Purge on the Volcanion here. and then finish the game? Who knows? Who knows? He only smacks 200 as a maximum damage output. So at this point, 8 cards, -4, 4 turns left, alright? 4 turns left. I think we should be able to finish the game in 4 turns. We do have the custom catchers and we can stamp the opponent, so... Yeah, as mentioned, this energy recycle system takes a whole lot of time to just do its stuff. Our timer is also stopped, by the way, so that helps out. But I do think we can finish this game. Yeah, energy recycler finally gets up. We need to use this strategy, get rid of this Mewtwo, get 1 fire energy, only 1. Then we welder onto the bench Mewtwo. We get 3 cards and we have 4 turns to finish this game. So, wow, all these cards, crazy. So now we manually retreat to the Mewtwo and we get rid of 2 fires because we still have fire left. Then we stamp the opponent. Stamp is so great. And he can no longer gust and we have full control with Tag Purge. So we Tag Purge, take a prize card, see what's coming our way, and then Tag Purge again. So we're actually gonna custom catch like one of these, and then we just go for a big Magcargo-GX for game. Charizard still cannot do anything, so I think we played it out well. If I had to guess, there's nothing else we could have done in this kind of a matchup. We had a slow setup anyhow. He could still come with like power plant. Okay, this is cool. Very, very cool. So at this point, he could attack us, and we have custom catchers in hand. So he can only smack 200 damage, and there's no way he can touch us. So what we are gonna do here, he could of course do some stuff, but we have Giant Heart. Playing it safe, I guess. Yeah, I guess playing it safe is better than sorry, right? Let's get this up. We still have some stuff, but we're not gonna do anything, so we are just gonna Tag Purge. And then we're gonna finish the game with a big Magcargo swing on whatever's up. Or we can snipe, depending on what he does. If we would have knocked out a Charizard, he could have also stamped us and things could go wrong. We'll see. If we didn't draw an energy at that point, it would have not worked out. So at this point, he has a Charizard in the active, which cannot hit us, and we have the Magcargo, which dishes out 50 damage for every energy we decide to discard, and a 50 base damage. So with 5 energies, that's 300 damage, and that's how Mewtwo is king of games in this format right now. If you play cleverly, you're definitely gonna win a lot of games. Definitely have to be worried some because Power Plant disrupts your setup, but we do have Marshadow. The opponent just targeted that. That means his gusting options were gone. Probably gonna see Stamp here. We need an energy of the turn. He's gonna get Power Plant and an energy, presumably. Actually, Power Plant and a Stamp, that's what I mean. Power Plant, Stamp. And hope we don't draw into something. I think that is the correct strategy. Power Plant, Stamp. But he already used it with 1 Power Plant and no Stamp. So that is definitely something we'll expect here. Power Plant, Stamp. But we still have Acro Bikes, we still have Welders. Maybe we should have used the treasure now that I think about it. I was like not using any cards. Okay, there's a Stamp and a Fire Crystal. He's not gonna get rid of the Stadia? Or he already has Power Plant in hand? I wonder. Okay, Fire Crystal. Maybe he has something like a Victini out of nowhere. Could be very scary though. But this Victini would have only been able to dish out 220 damage because it is unlimited. Only 11 energies typically in a ReshiZard greens build. Okay, just passes the turn and we attach an energy and we're gonna say well played. What a great game that was. So we could even go even more crazy and get rid of like another one of these and not really. we are just gonna use the amazing attack Lava Flow, and we're gonna get rid of all of our energies since we don't need them anymore. So this is the KO of our lifetime. Bam! Mewtwo with the attack of Magcargo winning a game, just like in the World Championships. Anyhow, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to demolish the like button. As always, subscribe for more Pokemon TCG content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.